Hello and welcome to the Federal. My name is Shreyas. It won't be wrong to say that South Indian filmmakers are going through a golden era when it comes to making sequels to their blockbuster films. From Baahubali to KGF, Ponniyan Selvan to Pushpa, there's a long list of sequels that are supposed to hit the screens. So, what is this fascination towards sequels by South Indian filmmakers? Well, to talk more about it, we have known film critic and entertainment industry tracker, Mr. Sreedhar Pillai. Welcome to the show, sir. So, first and foremost, Ponniyan Selvan 2 is releasing on the 28th of this month. So, how is the buzz around the film, sir? How's the
I
buzz for
think
the
the
sequel?
bus will get bigger as the release date approaches. At the moment, they haven't started any promotional bus as of anything, and they haven't started their promotional tools. So from next week onwards, closer to the release, the bus will get bigger, and in Tamil Nadu, it's going to take a bumper opening for sure.
So, do you think it can attract the audience like the part one did and rake in the moolah?
In Tamil Nadu, I'm sure Ponniyin Selvan 2 will take a gargantuan opening because it is releasing in almost 90% of the screens. 90% of the screens in Tamil Nadu will show Ponniyin Selvan as it's being distributed by Red Giants of Udayanidhi's talent. So 90% that opening is guaranteed. There is no other opposition film also releasing on April 28th. And please note that Ponniyin Selvan 1 was the biggest blockbuster in the history of Tamil films in Tamil Nadu. It has collected a share of 105 crores, which no other film, whether it's Rajinikanth or Kamal Hassan, could ever do. So Ponniyin Selvan 2 will have a recall value and will do extremely well.
So, you spoke about recall value. So, I'm coming up with this question. What makes you think the audience are looking forward to the sequel, sir? I mean, what's there?
Because for Tamil audiences, they left the story at a very, very crucial place. And from that, the action starts, the real story starts. If Ponniyin Selvan 1 was just dressing up to the Ponniyin Selvan 2, because the character in most of the Ponniyin Selvan 1 was character introduction, while in PS2, the story ends. So naturally, it would have a bigger reach and bigger opening.
Okay, so going back to my introduction, we're talking about sequels. What's your take on the last few years being the golden age of sequels for South Indian filmmakers, sir?
Yeah, but only the successful films have done well. Only what has worked, I would say, is Baahubali 1 and 2, KGF 1 and 2, and then there is what do you call KGF 1 and 2, and one more film. Uh, yeah, I think these are the only two ones that have done really well. Tell me the other names if you have them.
Yes, sir. There are several of them in the pipeline. It could be Ponniyan Selvan 2, Pushpa 2. There's Indian 2 that's coming up.
Like that. They are in the pipeline. I said what has succeeded. Only Baahubali and KGF have succeeded. And maybe because of their larger than life heroes and the way they presentation itself, it's what made them click with the audiences. Now we'll have to wait. As far as Ponniyin Selvan 2 is concerned, I can guarantee that we'll do very well in Tamil Nadu. But the other states, they don't know the Tamil culture or the story as much as others. So we don't know how well it is going to do it in the northern India and Telugu states.
So there are more than half a dozen sequels that are in the pipeline. Now, what do you think, as an industry entertainment tracker, what do you think is forcing these filmmakers to take up these sequels with huge budgets?
It is the same policy followed by Hollywood in the last century. Hollywood has been doing that for very successfully. They have been doing it for very, very long years. That is, they are doing it very well because a proven subject is always a hit. A proven subject has always a repeat audiences. And for example, Baahubali 2 did better than Baahubali 1. And the same case with KGF 2. It did better than, because of the characterization and how the director has brought the character out into the open, and how the audience fell for the character and the hero who's playing it. Because how many times Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones has repeated itself over, say, 40, 45 years. And now the latest version of Indiana Jones is again coming out. So Harrison Ford, he's 84 years old, and he's still getting that value because of the name, the brand, Indiana Jones. Similarly, if you create a brand like Pushpa, Pushpa is a huge brand now because Pushpa 1 did extraordinary business. And Pushpa 1 became a brand because of Allu Arjun. And that is the reason why it was like the music, everything. So the people are eagerly waiting for Pushpa 2. Whether the content will live up to the expectation is the question. There have been many sequels, but always after one or two parts, the third or fourth may not work. That is the idea.
I was about to get that, sir, because there's no guarantee, because Hindi films have also done sequels. Not all of them have been successful.
Yeah.
Sir.
And it's very difficult for a film to succeed unless and otherwise the content is good.
Okay, true, absolutely true. So moving on, talking about business, sir, business-wise, is it worth it? Because when a film has worked, the first part, the second installment, the overall budget automatically raises, and some even demand profits. The actors or the technicians demand profits. So is it worthy for filmmakers to still go ahead and do it?
See, KGF 2 has made more than 500 crores, about 1,000 crores. So naturally, the hero Yash will demand huge amount for KGF 3 because he feels it worked because of him and the content of the director. So at the end of the day, the hero, everybody associated with a sequel gains big time. So it's but natural business like Pushpa 1 and 2. The 2 will be sold for much higher price than 1 was sold. It's obvious.
Okay. So, but then isn't the sequel becoming more of a wanna-do trend? Because, for example, the director of Vakil Saab has announced that there'll be Vakil Saab 2. This Pawan Kalyan film, I'm sure you know, is a remake of the Hindi film Pink. But the Hindi makers have not decided on a sequel, but the Telugu version is getting a sequel.
Well, that's happening all over. The sequels, once they are successful, there is an idea. It's the best formula ever for any hero to have a sequel. Why go to Pawan Kalyan? Let's talk about Ajay Devgan's Drishyam. Drishyam 1, Mohanlal was a super duper hit, and then it was remade as Drishyam 1 in Hindi. Then Drishyam 2 was a theatrical release for Ajay Devgan, but at the same time for Mohanlal, it was only on OTT Drishyam 2 release. Yeah. But now Drishyam 3, Ajay Devgan has already announced Drishyam 3. So it is irrespective of the fact whether Mohanlal produces Drishyam 3. I don't know whether Mohanlal will do Drishyam 3 because he is so busy. He's doing 4 films at the time, and it will take next 2 years. He is occupied with these 4 films. So where is the time for Drishyam 3? But Ajay Devgan has announced it very clearly that he will be starting Drishyam 3 shortly.
All right. So we spoke about Hindi films. You know, they've been doing sequels for a long time. It could be the Munna Bhai, the Sarkar, Hera Fairy, Dhoom, and so on. What do you think, sir? When did the South Indian filmmakers catch up with this trend of making these
I think after Baahubali success, they caught up with it.
Okay. So from PS2 to Kantara, Jigartanda, Indian 2, what's the next sequel you are looking forward to watch?
I'm definitely looking forward to maybe RRR. Who knows? RRR 2 makeup.
Okay. Switching back to
and there maybe even be Indian 3. Indian 2 will also, they will leave it at a very precise position, and then there may be an Indian 3 also. So a lot of films, and I'm definitely looking forward to Lokesh Kanagaraj universe, where various characters from various films come together. Yeah.
So I'm just going back to one of my previous questions. We just spoke about successful sequels, but there have been
Ah.
flops like the Fir Hera Fairy, Doom 3 or Doom or Dawn 2. Have we seen such instances in the South, sir, where sequels have flopped?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen any such instances.
And how long do you think this trend of making sequels will continue, sir?
As long as they are successful, people will continue doing it.
So if one film flops, then do you think
Yeah.
the others?
Then it stops. That's it.
Thank you for your time. Wonderful talking to you, sir. Thank you.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more interesting updates.